Remember when we all grew up playing Stardust or scrolling through My Scene for hours picking out the chicest outfits for Barbie, Madison and Chelsea? Do you remember how it felt knowing you had the power to create your own world through avatars? It was a different type of feeling that made you think about how big life could be once you enter adulthood. But then we actually grew up, and now this is real life. And real life, for a lot of us, isn't as glamorous as we thought it would be. And this has caused us to lose the feeling of excitement and having ultimate authority over our lives. See, now we've got careers, we've got jobs that force an identity on us in itself. Whether we are now mothers or childless, that carries an imposed identity. Whether we're outspoken or quiet, rich or poor, we're labeled. The point I'm trying to make is that the world assigns us an identity, and if we don't take control of that, then it controls us. The great thing about life is that no matter what stage you are at any given moment, you have the power to redesign your reality at will. But don't just take my word for it. Let's take a look at a quick case study. Norma Jean Mortensen was born in Los Angeles on June 1st, 1926. She had a challenging childhood, moving between foster homes and an orphanage due to her mother's mental health struggles. The instability and lack of consistent love she faced led to her marrying at an early age to escape her circumstances. While she was working at a factory during World War II, a photographer noticed her and took some publicity photos, which ultimately led to her modeling career in 1945. In 1946, Norma Jean signed her first movie contract with 20th Century Fox and became none other than the Marilyn Monroe. She created the Marilyn Monroe persona not just for Hollywood marketability, but as a way to reinvent herself, creating a glamorous, confident alter ego to mask her shy, insecure side. This transformation was driven by both the studio's doubts around her appeal and her own desire to leave a difficult past behind. Marilyn Monroe was a crafted character. Norma Jean used Marilyn to take all her struggles and transform them into a persona that became a symbol of confidence, glamour, and power. The root of this power was the mind. In this video, I'm going to share exactly how you can design your own alter ego, because just like Marilyn, you have the power to shape your future, take control of your narrative, and create the dream girl you've always wanted to be. Let's get into it. The techniques I share in this video are tools that have worked for me and others. I am not telling you that this is what you have to do. This content is for inspiration only and is not a substitute for professional advice. Only take what feels safe for your personal situation. Before we get into the intricate details of creating said alter ego, it's imperative we firstly cover the metaphysics behind the shift. Most people have a limited perspective, or rather an uninformed perspective, on the ability to change their reality. They believe it's something reserved for the lucky few, or those born with an inherent advantage. But the truth is, anyone has the power to shift their life, their circumstances, and even the way they see themselves. Now, let's get into the science behind this. While these concepts may not be scientifically proven in the same way as the laws of physics, the idea that our reality is shaped by our thoughts and beliefs has been explored in fields like psychology, neuroscience, and quantum theory. It's an approach that bridges the power of the mind with practical, evidence-based techniques. Changing your reality isn't just about wishing for it, it's about understanding how the mind can influence the way we experience the world. The mind is more powerful than we've ever been taught, and when we learn how to harness that power, we can create the life we've always dreamed of. One concept that helps facilitate this shift is quantum jumping. Quantum jumping is the idea of making a significant and sudden shift in your reality by aligning your mindset, beliefs, and energy with a desired outcome. Essentially, leaping to a new timeline where you've already achieved said outcome. It involves intense visualization, focused intention, and detaching from current reality and limitations in order to tap into infinite possibilities, treating your future self's reality as already existing and accessible. And if we link this back to our earlier case study, you'll see that Marilyn, or rather Norma Jean, executed quantum jumping perfectly. She didn't wait for circumstances to change. She shifted her mindset, embraced a new identity, and stepped into a completely different reality. By aligning her beliefs and energy with the confident, glamorous persona she desired, she essentially leaped into a timeline where she was already the woman she dreamed of being. Norma Jean had already seen herself as Marilyn before the world did. She lived in that reality first, which meant the world had no choice but to catch up eventually. This is the basis of quantum jumping. Now that we have the theory out of the way, we need the practical side of this process. Before we get into this exercise, I want to make it clear that an alter ego is not to be confused with having a fake persona or fully becoming that person. At all times, remain authentic. Keep your authentic self. However, what I am saying is that we live in a superficial world, and what I've learned in this life is that your true authentic self is to be protected at all times. The alter ego, so to speak, is to be used and only to be used as a tool to navigate and maneuver through life. You must learn when to turn the alter ego on and off. I hope I'm making sense. I feel like that was important to say. But with that being said, let's get into it. You're about to put the work in, and trust me, it's so worth it. But before we begin, I want you to grab a pen and a notepad. Just good old-fashioned paper and pen. No phones, no iPads. And why, you ask? Because writing things down by hand engages your mind in a different way. You just made that up! Helping you to focus and ground your thoughts. It's more personal, more intentional, and plus, this is the way that I do this exercise, and it always works for me. The only digital thing I want you to do is take a screenshot of these scripting questions. It's a lot of work, I know, but let's be real. Nothing worth having in this life comes easy. If you're looking for shortcuts, this isn't for you. But if you're committed to changing your life and creating the version of you that you dream about, then get ready to show up. If you're lazy, you'll never get the results you want, because honestly, this is the easy part. Life is all about give and take. What you put in is what you'll get out. Now, you're going to script your alter ego. Write down answers to these questions, but take your time with it. Picture yourself fully in your alter ego's shoes. By writing down the components of your desired persona, you're giving your brain the opportunity to see who you want to become outlined clearly. As you continue to work through these questions, you'll notice shifts in how you think, act, and even how you see yourself. So take your time, write it down, and know that the more you pour into this practice, the more you'll get out of it. Another key step I feel is important to mention when it comes to creating the reality you want or creating an alter ego is to erase worldly timelines. We're taught to follow a set path, graduate by a certain age, land a job by this point, settle down by that. But here's the thing, time is a social construct. It's an arbitrary measurement that society has created to organize things, but it doesn't define your personal journey. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment or for everything to line up just right. In fact, the more you attach yourself to the world's timeline, the more you limit your potential. Success isn't bound to an age or milestone. It's about where you are in the moment and how you choose to create from that place. By shifting your focus from external deadlines and comparisons, you take back control of your own life's timing. Your growth, your evolution, and your success happen when you decide they do, not when the world says they should. I'll give you a personal example. The day I published this video marks 4 weeks since I began making long form content. I started with 28 subscribers and now have almost 5,000. On the average timeline, growth is usually slower. It can take creators months to reach those numbers. I didn't follow nor acknowledge the average timeline. I simply started with what I had, focused on consistently showing up, and held a firm belief that I am a YouTuber now. You don't need a perfect plan or a set timeline to succeed. What you need is to make a decision and go forward with it wholeheartedly. And just to reiterate, time is a social construct. Whether you're 18, 25, 30, 40, 50, or 60 and beyond, you can choose and change your life at any given moment. The world can make it seem as if once you're over the age of 25, your life is over. Not true. If someone was unalived at 29, the world would say that's way too young. While in life, they make you feel like you're expired bread at 29. It's a ridiculous notion that needs modifying, but take this with you. As long as you have breath, you have options. Now that you have the tools to create your alter ego, it's time to take action. Remember, this isn't just about fantasizing or daydreaming. It's about becoming. You have the power to design the version of yourself you've always dreamed of. By practicing quantum jumping, scripting, and erasing worldly timelines, you don't have to wait for the perfect moment or for everything to fall in place. Take control of your life and create the timeline that works for you. Life doesn't have to follow anyone else's rules. You get to decide who you you want to be, what you want to experience, and how you want to show up in the world. So take the time to script your alter ego, step into that person's shoes, and start living as if you've already become her. With consistency and dedication, you'll soon realize that the life you once thought was out of reach is already within your grasp. Trust the process, trust yourself, and watch your reality shift. I will be continuing the Dream Girl series for the rest of the month of January. This series is intended to help you achieve the dream life you've always wanted. There's no more waiting now. Time is of the essence. Time is going to keep going forward. You have the power to determine how that time is spent. If you've made it this far into the video, I'd like to say thank you for joining me here today. If you'd like to see more content like this, please hit subscribe. Please like, comment, and share. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Take care.